What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic. And get out your geese, because we're going to do Cobra Kai, Season 6, Episode 12. I know, you probably already watched the whole thing by now, and you're like, why are you even doing this? Because I want to. Because I want to talk about Cobra Kai. There's a lot of things to talk about with this. So click like and subscribe, because I'm still recapping Cobra Kai, and I'm doing it as if it was like a weekly drop. I did the first episode a week ago. I'm doing episode 12 now. I'm doing this like it's a weekly thing because I don't want to ruin. I want Cobra Kai to last as long as humanly possible. Luckily, the creators of Cobra Kai have said that they're in talks with Netflix, that they have another idea on how to further continue the Cobra Kai universe on some level. Obviously with a spinoff for somebody. I haven't seen the last 3 episodes, but I have a feeling it's not going to be Peyton List, because she has school spirits and her shooting schedule is probably already pretty packed. I'm sure she wants to do other things like movies. So as much as I would love to continue to see Tori, I just don't think that's going to happen. Miguel is Blue Beetle, although they're making him into an animated character now. That's how they solved the Blue Beetle budget problem, is they're like, well, what if the next Blue Beetle thing was animated? All right. Okay. So Miguel might want to come back so that people can remember what he looks like. So there's some options. We'll see how it ends. But in this episode, we see a whole bunch of different characters that we didn't see in the last episode. One of them is like Chosen, who we finally get some closure on what happened to his character, with his relationship, the relationship that he's been bemoaning. Remember, he's like, I have flour. I remember that line. It was so hilarious. He's like, I have flour. And I'm just like, oh, he's so sad. So our lonely boy finally gets the phone call, and he's like, she just wants to be friends. And then, of course, so Daniel and his wife were like, I don't know, we can't leave him alone. He's just gonna binge watch shitty reality TV, and we can't let him do that. We got to immediately set him up with one of our friends who's like really into the kitschy Japanese culture. I love the she's like, oh, I just got back from doing Reiki. Do you know Reiki? Do you do Reiki? He's like, we have a saying in Japan, and he says it in like Japanese, and he's like, it means Reiki is bullshit. Oh god. And that made me like legitimately laugh. I was like, oh, because it made me think. I was like, all of us over here, is that like one of those things that you just like sell to white people who are like, I'm here for your culture? I want to get a tattoo on my arm that says honor. It's like the tattoo actually says like fish. I think about that all the time. I'm like, those are great little ways of, let's sell them Reiki. It means nothing. Here you go. um, so that's Chosen in this girl, but he does do a tarot reading, which feels, you can tell because the score gets really serious to in this moment. She says that some people close to him are gonna die, at least one, maybe two. And also that at the end of this path that he's on, he will find somebody who matches him in every way, like his equal. So obviously, the lady that he flirted with, who's currently running Cobra Kai, he's like, oh, we come from different worlds. It's like, man, she just offed her grandfather to run Cobra Kai. I don't know. Chosen's gonna have to really pull that one back. But yeah, so the death, or maybe two, I was like, I don't know, Kreese and Silver? Like, I don't know how they both survive. One of them's got to go. I mean, supposedly Silver's terminally ill anyway. So I feel like they don't both survive the end of I haven't seen the last 3 episodes yet, obviously, but those would be they're not killing any of the kids. It's not happening. So I don't know who else they would knock off at this point. It's not gonna be Johnny either. There's no way. Um, so yeah, I think it's probably just gonna be Kreese and Silver out. So that was my guess. Daniel, this is pretty much what Daniel's arc is the whole time. There's a little bit of a meeting at the top about the Sekatakai with the guy who's the ref coming in and talking about everything and how it's going to go down, like a big sort of building up to with training montages and everything. We do touch base a little bit with Johnny. His arc is basically, I'd like to get married before we have a baby. I just want the baby to know that she's coming into a world with two parents. And I was like, this is a weird arc for you. And also, the baby won't know that, right? Like, it's a baby. So I love when people say that they're doing things for other things, and it's like, no, you're doing that for you, to help you feel better about things. I threw my dog a birthday party. Yeah, your dog doesn't know that it doesn't conceptually understand what a birthday is. So that party was for you, so that you could tell people that you threw your dog a birthday party. I mean, I'm sure it enjoyed the treats. It just didn't know why it was getting them. Um, so the baby's not going to come into this world like going like, why didn't you two fuckers get married? So he's all ready. He's got some string players. I think they're kids, but I don't know. They sounded fine. And he's ready to propose. Rosa walks in, and he has a nice little moment with Rosa, and then he gets the call from Carmen, and he has to rush. And he's got the ring box, and Rosa's totally into this whole marriage thing. Like, this is the best her daughter's ever gonna do, is Johnny. And so Johnny has to rush to the hospital for the birth of the baby. And he proposes just in time, and they get a priest in there to bless the marriage, and it all happens. So Johnny gets his wedding, just not with the... Did he leave the string quartet inside the apartment? Did they leave? Are they waiting? Things go unanswered. Anyway, I'm kidding. We have to... other than that, those are sort of the adults. There wasn't really an update on Kreese or Silver or the rest of Cobra. I mean, we spent a whole episode on Cobra Kai. There's an update on Tori. Tori doesn't want to compete. She's like, I'm not competing for Cobra Kai. It's destroyed my life. And I keep expecting Sam to go, why didn't you take my spot and switch dojos? I keep expecting there to be some solution. Like when Kreese said he had unfinished business, I really thought he was going to come like coach Tori as like a solo artist. Almost like, like she earned the right to be here. She has my dojo. What's your dojo? I don't know. The Kreese dojo of Kreese. I don't know. Like, and try to be like, that's his redemption arc, is to try to get Tori across the finish line. So, because when you think about it, the other battle, Rami's going to win that battle. It's not going to be some random fucking character they introduced in the final season, which is all that's left on the dude's side. The girl's side is Sam versus Tori. So on the girl's side, winning Sekatakai, it actually matters. On the guy's side, it doesn't matter unless, I don't know, Miguel finds a way to fight Robbie in the end. But yeah, it really doesn't even matter. So, but Sam is really supportive of Tori and his comeback. And Robbie feels like he's going to lose. And they've created the gang has created this weird sort of like algorithm for him that just keeps showing that he has like a 12% chance of winning. And he's like, I don't know. I can't, And Miguel just is there to pump him up and get him ready for the fight. So it was a good episode of Cobra Kai. That it kind of felt like we're moving closer to the Sekatakai. We didn't see anybody from the old dojo, from Silver's dojo, or any other dojo or Cobra Kai or anything like that. This focused mainly on kids on the mainland. Um, and yeah, I liked the episode. It seems like it definitely knows it's walking towards an ending, with rushing to get Johnny married. I love that he goes and consults like an old Catholic priest friend of his, somebody, because he talks about the confessional. So I'm assuming it was a Catholic priest. Maybe it's not, but he's like, where are those booths that you go in and yell at people and tell them that everything they're doing about their lives is wrong? uh, all right. So I'm gonna give Cobra Kai season 6, episode 12 an A minus. It just didn't have enough fighting for me. That's the only thing. I needed more fighting out of Cobra Kai. I kind of want to do a longer video of the impending problem that we have. So I'll just kind of casually talk about it throughout videos, but with Karate Kid Legacy, which just is just a bad idea all around. I'm tired of it, just in general, of series requeling things. Cobra Kai is the thing that made Karate Kid cool again, especially Ralph Macchio, who hadn't even been in the franchise since Karate Kid Part 3. So he didn't do Next Karate Kid. That was Hilary Swank, which we keep pretending like doesn't exist because she's not in Cobra Kai. She's not in the next movie. She's nowhere. Like, we're just like, Hilary Swank is just nowhere to be found. But the next movie is Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan. And so they're tying it back into Jackie Chan's character who trained Jaden, but there's no Jaden. There's no Taraji. There's nobody else from Jackie's movie except Jackie. So what are we doing? Like, what is this movie? Because I don't know if you guys know this, there's no one from Cobra Kai in that movie except Ralph. He's the only one. And they've said it's this movie that ignores the Cobra Kai canon completely, which pisses me off because he has a fucking family. He has 2 kids. He has a wife. And you're telling me this dude goes by himself on a journey? It's disrespectful to Cobra Kai, the series. I'm going to say this probably every single recap I do now that they're really pushing the Karate Kid movie, which opens in May, pretty hard. It's just disrespectful because the series was so dead that they didn't mind that there was going to be a YouTube TV series of it. Let's remember this thing started on YouTube, and then Netflix picked it up, and it's turned into a 6-season sensation that brought back to life the Karate Kid movies and brought people into this world. And you're going to pretend like this thing that's so great that Netflix obviously wants to stay in business with it and create another series in this universe, but you're going to not take any of that to the movie. So I'm so not excited for Karate Kid Legacy. I'm just like the antithesis of that. I'm whatever the opposite of excited is for that. Knowing that they're not going to address the movie at all. They've interviewed the actors and they're like, it doesn't talk about, nothing that this movie ignores Cobra Kai entirely. Like, it never happened. So this is like a direct sequel to, I guess, both Jackie Chan's movie and also the Karate Kid Part 3. So I guess Hilary Swank never happened, Stop requelling things. Some of the things that you made in the past were good. And then when you jump around and you delete everything or pretend like those things didn't happen, it just pisses people off. Could you imagine if the next Scream movie was like, well, everything from Scream 2 on didn't happen? If the Scream 7 was actually like wait a minute, but Neve Campbell's been in the... What are you even talking about? But that doesn't matter because Jamie Lee Curtis was in the Halloween franchise after Halloween 1. So she went all the way up through Halloween Resurrection, and then they did another Halloween movie, and they're like, well, we're going back, and this is actually Halloween 2. This is so stupid. Anyway, stop ignoring shit, and stop. Enough. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Remember, inclusivity is not a bad word, and I'll see you guys on the other side.